Alright, what about now? Sounds back? Sounds back? Yep, there it is. Okay, so something happened on, I guess, OBS. Jacked up. I have no idea what caused that. That is the second audio issue in 2 days. Let me go ahead and get YouTube thing brought back up, because that's the only thing that doesn't work properly when I reboot a stream. YouTube won't go right back. It creates a new video every time. So... Alright. So, what was the last thing you heard me say, Chloe? Roughly. You don't have to get into the scientific detail. But roughly, what was the last thing you heard before sound went MIA? The heavy P sounds. Okay, so what I was saying there is, that's what a compressor does. That, it helps, stop those heavy P, B, T sounds that mics are notorious for picking up when you talk close to it. So getting a proper compression level stops that. Helps even those sounds out as you talk. So evening those out will help you does it fix lisp or pronouncing words wrong? Actually, fun fact, if you have a lisp, it will totally make the word sound way more pronounceable when you talk with a lisp. Because it's something that really comes through. Trust me, I literally did a project with a girl who had a strong lisp. And I had to tweak the compressor specifically for her lisp. Because if you overcompress something, it will occasionally give off the effect you have a lisp. So, because of the noises that come from your mouth that reside in the sharpness of saying this is the difference in frequency is what some of it is. So when she would say certain words, it sounded like my de-esser was butchering her S's and her T's. So I had to go through and manually de-ess her project in certain areas because I couldn't just let it naturally run, because when it hit a lisp and any of the brightness that was left in the stuff, I had to make sure that it was there, because if I took it out, it really got noticeable. So, you can actually make it worse. It's more words I have a hard time to pronounce. I mean, no, that's fine. That is not going to come through as a lisp. And you're not going to be compressing a voice like a singer would. Because you have to realize, a singer is going to go from a softer voice to a much harder and pushed voice in the middle of a song. Or the lower, going from a lower note to a higher note would change the dynamic of that. But as a person talks, a basic compression setting would not add a lisp to it. Me trying to push your vocal back into place because you do a lot of this, moving back and forth when you're singing, and that's pulling the mic volume away, and you're not doing it properly because you just see people do it. Yeah, now I've got to go through and I've got a little more work ahead of me. Because you pulling back on a thing and digging in too close at the wrong moment really changes how that is supposed to work. The people who lean back know they're putting force into it. Not the little... We're not talking the difference of me talking like this and me talking like this. That's not when you lean back. But I've dealt with people who do that. We're talking minute lean backs. And we're like, no, you don't need to be doing that. Stay on top of it until you gotta blast a note. And it's not even about pitch of the note. It could be a low bass. I mean, not that basses ever really are super... I've heard them. They're strong. I mean, when someone is singing on a studio, I guess more emotions kick in and they move around, I guess. Yes, there is that certain aspect of emotionally putting your body into it. Yes, but we're talking about where they think... Okay, to give you the example of this, it's more of a singer who is more used to singing out live than in a studio. And they're used to doing this, okay? Where they're used to pulling the microphone away when they hit higher notes because they normally don't have compressors and it's helping stop blowing the speakers from behind them. So when they get in the studio, they start rocking forward and back, trying to naturally control the volume that's going into the diaphragm of the microphone. What they don't realize is they need to plant their butt still and let me do my job. It's more about capturing your voice properly, letting me do certain things. But yes, when you're gonna go blast a note that is really loud or a very loud part, yes, you need to come away from the microphone. And sometimes when we have certain just parts that are just dynamically much louder, we do that in a separate take. They don't ever sing that section. So they'll skip over that section and then we'll come back to it on another pass where we'll fill that in, where we've properly moved them back so that they can sing that full section as intended. And that's more done with, you know, depending on the project and the thing, you'll see that done with maybe like certain backing vocal parts that are just loud, like type noises, or whatever. Oh yeah, the first came back because I had to close the stream. That's 2 firsts Zoo missed. So, all you really need to do with your compressor is just make sure that it's not... Your voice doesn't feel squashed. That would be the best way to describe it. If your voice feels a little pushed, like every time you talk, you feel like your voice doesn't feel normal and natural, check the compressor. So... that would be the go-to place there. I know you're using a gain to just put more volume into your mic. You're using a noise gate to cut out room tone. Overall, you're using some sort of noise filter suppression thing to filter out computer like static idle noising at that point, is what it sounds like. I think that was all your effects. I think you were running 4. The suppressor could technically alter your voice a little bit, making it feel a little weird, because it's technically an equalizer, is what it really is. And if you want to know the honest truth, you could probably take that off, and then take an EQ and just turn off from like 100 and... well, no, well, judging by your voice, we could probably get away with just taking 200 hertz and just rolling it completely off from 200 to 0. You could roll that off and you probably wouldn't even need a noise suppressor. Unless you've got some like mid-range tone on your computer, like from fan, like a specific fan noise. For whatever reason. But normally it's just the low-end rumble is what you're actually hearing. The low-end hum of a computer. You're not actually hearing the high-end stuff. And especially if you talk. And if you've got your noise gate properly set up, you won't notice it because your voice is canceling the sound. And for your audio engineering lesson of the day for everyone here, I'm going to teach you guys a legendary trick that was taught to me 17 years ago. No, hold on. Not 15. 15 years back would have been... No, yeah, 15 years ago. All right. This blew my mind. All right? This was hands down one of the biggest what the heck moments of my life. All right? Here you go. I had somebody, a very... Well... Ah, crap, we got ads right at the worst time. We'll resume that when ads come back. Because I want Twitch to hear this. I didn't see a thing to stall it for 5 minutes. So we'll make sure everybody is back here in 1 minute. And your Firefox prevented all ads. Nice. Ad blockers normally do a pretty good job on that. And you may also not be part of the ad group that's getting it. I don't think it's just generic for everyone on how this rolls. I could be wrong. But I think most people get the ads. But I also think it's due to your stream timer, how long you've been in the stream. It's what I also think this is. But we got 15 seconds and then we'll continue the thought. Alright, so ads are over, and now I'll give you this legendary piece of information passed down to me. Alright, so Chloe's gonna get a kick out of this because I know she knows music fairly well. Oh, this is secret. This is some serious secret sauce stuff for audio engineers. So, why am I grinding polys? I'm grinding them for the Jewels of Power. This is one of the best spots to grind it at. You can normally average 20 an hour here. So the secret sauce, here you go. The secret sauce for audio engineers. This recording technique was shown to me by a friend of my dad's. We were at his studio one day, and he was talking to me about some recording stuff. And he was talking about how he was recording bands. He told me about, he says, yeah, we were tracking them in the same room. And I looked at him and I said, how did you track 2 full stack Marshalls? We're talking the big, loud metal amps, all right? The ones you see from all the rock bands. You think of it, it's that guitar sound. AC/DC, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath. We're talking loud rock and roll. Van Halen, whatever you want to go. Those types of amps. He says they were cranked and playing, you know, astronomically loud. Because they need to be. You need to have the tubes pumping to get the real tone of the amp. And I said, how did you do that and not have one bleed into the other? And he smiled at me and he says, We took them off just slightly at a, he says, I put them off at maybe about a 30 degree, 40 degree angle off of each other, aiming out in 2 different directions. And he says, all I did is I made sure that the noise level of each microphone was 9 decibels difference. And he says it automatically cancels out the sound. You will not hear that other amp screaming at 105 decibels with only 9 decibels difference in volume between the 2 amps. So to put this into the bass lesson is you only need 9 decibels of sound to cancel another sound out completely. No matter how loud it is in the room, if your voice comes out 9 decibels louder than the other object, you will not hear it on the recording or on stream or whatever it is. As long as one audio source is 9 decibel louder than that other source, it completely cancels it out. And there you go. That is my secret sauce for recording. And it works miraculous. I've had multiple amps in the studio literally blasting at 110, 120 decibels. And just move them off 9 decibels apart from each other. You could not tell they were recorded in the same room. If anything, you thought they were separate take guitars. It's freaking beautiful. I have used that trick for years. But yeah, Polly's Forest, we're here specifically for, we're specifically here for the jewels, and, we're wanting to, we're also basically, Polly's right now is 1.3 billion an hour average with the cup grind. So if you're trying to just make pure money, this is better than any high-end grind spot. Just being real. It's way more chill. You're never gonna die. It sucks for EXP, but you'll make 1.3 bill an hour on average because of selling a potion and grinding your cups. But if you're not gonna sell the cup and you're not gonna grind out a full potion, it's not 1.3 bill an hour. But if you are, Highlands cough. Yeah. Listen, not all of us are as uber geared as a certain Chloe I know. We're not all privileged enough to go be grinding grind spots like that. My poor Valkyrie would be turned into robo food. They would have a nice snack. I mean, let's be real. These thighs are already a snack. But they would definitely have a real snack at that point. And I'm good. I enjoy living. Living's great. Not breaking crystals is a wonderful thought process. I also just don't have the raw damage to do it, so... So I'm a bit away from that. I got a few upgrades to get. Makes it more fun. High risk, high reward. I could see that. See, I would rather, though, be the alpha Chad of the group. Instead of sweating my nuts off trying to grind 1.2 bill an hour, I'd rather hunt my butt off and make 2.4 bill an hour hunting. Just saying. If you gave me the option to tell me that I could make 2 bill an hour hunting over 2 bill an hour grinding, or 1 bill grinding, I'd be like, sign me up. But the thing that stops me is the Pen Manos clothes. Yeah, 2 bill an hour hunting. 10 accessories, Pen Manos, you just need 2,000 mastery, and Shadow Lions. 2 bill an hour. Hunting. Also, Chloe, I don't know if you were here when we were talking about it, but I was just informed that you could make 9 bill a week doing guild bosses. So if you if you knew some active guilds that you could merc with every day, 9 bill a week doing guild bosses. Minimum. 9.2 bill. Minimum. Straight gold bars. Sounds like a wonderful time to me, but I need to find the guilds to do that with here. One for every day. Just had a random one for buffs. That's fair. Mine is just holding a former shell of a guild from a long time ago. The amount of work I put in with the guild to get this is insane. At all the guild quests we farmed to get the guild up, to get all the guild spacing bought up. You know, it's been... You can tell by my contribution. 3 million. It's been a minute since I've been around a while in my guild. In an inactive guild or a straight go sweaty node war guild. That makes sense. You don't really get the luxury of one or the other. You want to chill? And that makes sense. But with all the node war changes, though, it sounds like it's... Well, then again, you would be one of the super geared players. Because I was going to say, you could only carry like 20 people to node war. It's not like you can go... Like, even active, like, T1, T2, T3 guilds can't carry full rosters like we used to. Like, Valhalla Princess was talking to me about the node war changes that are coming, and I'm like, why would anybody want to do this crap anymore? They just took all the fun out of it. But then it makes sense when I get what they're doing. They're trying to make it easier for guilds to go node war. Now they're making it essentially King of the Hill. You know, you face off against a guild, and if you win, you get the node. If you lose, they go on to the next round to attempt to win. And you do that. I could see that. The last time I did a node war, it was a snipe. Literally just run around with a Trina axe, blast down a couple towers, and hooray, we won a node. I was only informed because we were talking about PvP changes. And they're like, oh, you really want to get, because we both were cut from the same cloth here on Black Desert. We both came from Eden, the most aggressive server of the 3 servers. So we're both very much PvPers through to the blood. And we witnessed all the acts of insanity on North America. So we lived through some funny memes. And I was complaining about the new flagging change. Now, the argument made sense, okay? To say, if I flag on a person, the other person shouldn't lose their crystals if they die to mobs. I understand this aspect for the high-end grind spots, because people are absolute douchebags and have no self-respect, and will just jump somebody in on these high-end grind spots. Now, after talking about it, I got talked off the ledge from being as upset. I still think it's a little BS. But understanding where I came from, you would realize that from my perspective, as somebody who came through a lot of griefing BS in PvP, where people would, you know, every time they made a change, there was always that group of people that exploited the change to their advantage. Just like a great example one was when the gear score difference brought it up as what increased the karma loss to stop griefing newer players. What did the people who abused the system to begin with do? Well, they started taking their gear off so that you would lose your karma faster. As soon as they realize you'll kill, why not take a couple pieces off and get them red quicker? Because they'll probably stop before they go red. Thank you. Feeding the mobs was literally your last line of defense. Now, I did it with a Crazy Jack with honor and pride, because, man, it sure worked. It sure worked. As soon as they start dying to mobs and they start seeing, oh, I've got to actually, like, use tears to, like, stop EXP loss, or, oh, hey, I broke a 20 mil crystal back then. Crap, yeah, this isn't worth. I just lost my entire hour of grinding. That mentality was great. Because if I could kill you to mobs and get you, and especially now with how expensive some of these were, I'm now forcing you to now have to turn your crystals off. So that gives me an advantage already. Or now you actually might lose EXP, or you're just gonna have to pearl res. Now, it's either you're gonna have a ton of pearls, or you're gonna be spending a lot of your Elian's tears. Pick one. So, having the ability to feed somebody to a mob was a safety net for me. But at the end, I agreed. If that was the first change in a long line of changes that happened near immediately, I probably wouldn't be as mad at it. But right now, as a grinder, you have zero protection against a grind spot griefer. If you will fight for a spot that was honestly yours, and you're not just coming in saying, oh, I was here already. No, if you were legitimately there for a couple hours grinding and somebody walks in saying, dude, I've been here all afternoon. I've been here for 3.5 hours. Where have you been? You hadn't been here, I know that much. You might have been there on another channel and you lost it, now you're here, but you hadn't been here where I've been grinding for 3.5 hours. You know, when that person shows up, you got nothing for them anymore. They literally have made it a griefer's paradise for that aspect. So, oh hey, Spectre's Energy. So now it's like, where do we go? Where's the next step? It comes now down to, you've got to change the flagging system. This now needs to be something else. They're trying to snuff out open world PvP, which was the entire premise of the game's core design. The game was literally built and purposed around doing this. But they're trying to make it more and more casual because they realize the hardcore players are dying out here. So the people who would do this legitimately, yes, the good old days at Pirates. We spent many a good day up there with a rum and a booty and blood. But I can't sit here at 300,000 karma on my entire account to pop somebody. If they're gonna take their armor off, that means I only get 2 kills. before I am red. 2 kills. That is literally me doing this, killing the person, they res, I kill them again, I cannot kill them again, or they go red. So, now, here's the worst part. It's family bound. I can't just bring my red alt over and be like, suck it, nerd, let's go. You want to be that little butthole? Guess what? I got somebody for you. You're not gonna like this one too much. Here's my -1 mil that does not care. That's something they need to address. Gear check should account for the gear on your account or other characters or something. I'll give you a better example. Here's the thing. I don't mind the gear check, okay? What I mind is there needs to be a timer, all right? So if I come in and I kill said player, and now they're dead, all right? I now have X amount of time for them to pro-res their butt off. Go for it. I'm not gonna lose any more karma over the next 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is, while you keep pro-resing on top of me. But the timer will, as long as I keep killing you, my timer stays at a 5-minute timer. But as soon as, let's say a 1-minute timer. Leave my grind spot for 1 minute and my timer starts over. You know, you go to node, by the time you get back, my timer's probably up. So make it to where you lose so much karma after the kill. You know, if you keep going back and forth on somebody who's rezzing on you, you shouldn't lose it because you're technically still in the same engagement, but the game doesn't recognize that. If I had a 730 gear score during the day and now I'm at 50 gear score because I took my gear off, the karma should take over in consideration of my original gear score that I had equipped at a certain point is what I'm trying. No, I get that. I don't know, in programming, that doesn't seem as feasible, I think, for this as a timer, because that's essentially what has happened here. So, Valhalla Princess was talking to me about the timer. There is a 6-second timer when you flag up. So if I flag up, and now I engage in PvP, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000. At 7 1000, they break their own crystals. But during that 6-second protection of me flagging and interacting with them is where the protection is. But in the higher end grind spots, 6 seconds isn't enough time to kill somebody. Was considering dying several times to a certain time span. The game should detect griefing and no more karma loss. But only against that character, or else the system could be abused. Yeah, it's literally, it's that, killing that one person, you know, it's... I don't see it. Okay, so here's an example that would be rare. Because you're not going to see big 5v1s anymore. It's not going to be that anymore. But if, let's say, player A jumps on me and I kill them, alright? And I'm the one who flagged up. But I go through, I hit player A. Player B and C now show up. I've just killed A. I technically shouldn't lose karma for me killing B and C, because B and C came to attack me because I was red. So I'm now just defending myself because I have the active flag going. So, but if I now smack A or C and B and C while mid PvPing A, who came in to try to help A, I'm now gonna lose 3 karma deaths on that because they came into my one-on-one. So that's where I'm thinking it kind of needs to be just a generic timer, but enough to where when you down 1 and you down 2 or 3 more instantaneously, it's not 30-30-30 or 30-70-90 or 30-70-150. You're not just instantly blasting through 100,000 karma. Or, here's another one. Simply don't make karma 300,000 is all the good karma you have left. Give me something worthy to fight these people if you're gonna chunk me up to 150k. Give me if I have 1,000,000 negative karma, why don't I have 1,000,000 positive karma? Explain me that one. I'm waiting to hear somebody on that. Why don't we have 1,000,000 positive karma if I have 1,000,000 negative karma? I get it, at some point that number had to end for being villainous, I think is what it was classified as, the stage. But like, do that or get rid of the family bound karma system and let me jump over on a tagged red alt. It's my only other thing. That's it, that's all I've got. It's either a red alt or it's a, it's you give me more karma to fight with. Oh, I could imagine. I would have totally imagined that being because of them. I don't remember it. I don't remember the reason for it, but I could totally see Korea being. Gatekeeping. So that was a poor decision on their part. So here's how that actually happened. There was a time here on North America where a guild gate-kept an area. There was only one way to pass through to get to a area specifically for, I think, a quest. And they literally sat, all of them flagged up in front of an area. There was only one way through. No other way to get around. And they were killing anybody who walked through that path. Physical gatekeeping is against terms of service and is a bannable offense. They all got banned. So, doing that at a quest pickup should have gotten them all near instant ban. So why they changed the negative karma for that is dumb. Yeah, that's a bunch of terrible people using the negative alt for a reason, but at the same time, you should have just done your job first off, and, you know, as soon as people started reporting, people were red at this grind spot, you know, or at this, quest marker. The GMs should have caught on, got the names, and just banned the accounts, and goodbye. It's in their terms of service to ban that. Gatekeeping is a bannable offense. I believe it's permanent bannable if it's a repeat offender. You can gatekeep at Kratuga Cave, where most of the quest takes place and nobody can progress. Yeah, absolutely. Because you have to go through a certain point of that place to get to that area. I 100% see that, and I get why that's a crappy thing to do. And terrible people like that just need to be banned from the game. You don't want that in your community. As a game developer, I don't care if they're a Giga Whale. If that's where they're gonna get their rocks off on, being red and just gatekeeping somebody from literally progressing my game, get out of my game. You don't belong here. I saw someone struggle to do train. I said, oh, train, easy, and killed And someone said, whale. If only they knew. If only they knew, Zoo. Alright, we'll go around, and then when we get to the tent, we'll call it quits. So, this was another slightly bad hour. So the average for this was 13 an hour. So, today was just a bad grind day. While we did get more than we got on the other channel, it was still a bad, grind. So, the highs and the lows. Now, we go in earlier, or we go in later today, do an hour, I'll probably get a great hour. So we're gonna take some data, and then do my riffs. And then I think that'll be today. But there's been some things that the developers haven't really addressed that needed to be addressed. But it's okay. We'll get there eventually. Hello there. How's it going, Drum? How you doing today? 15 Atanus elements. That's in 2 hours. I don't like your title. More red, more random spawn locations. Oh, the people I've messed up with that title today. I just randomly was sitting there going, interesting. This ought to be a interesting title for today. But it's the truth. I'm one Valk, and I need 2 cups. The rest of my gear is done. That I bought. It was cheap. So we farmed up these 3 so far. So I need to farm up 2 more. Alrighty. So let's add up some information here. Let's get this brought up here on Garmoth. No, we can extract them. Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter because we can pull them out and keep the piece. It's not like we're losing them. So it's like, why not get the most value out of it right now? If you couldn't pull them out, there's no point in using them. Almost $2 billion unless you have cookies to spend. I don't know how it is to pull them out. I've never looked at it, but still, it's really, I'm not gonna put the one in the crescent ring, because that's gonna be such a long, it's such a long grind before I I'll do the crescent ring here on my account, but I won't do the Kaposha. The Kaposha I'll probably flip over. All right. Lemon lime's your favorite Gatorade? Yeah, it's mine too. All right, so we did 2 hours here with tent buff now. By cookies, I mean shards. I'll have to look at what actually that is. I haven't looked at the system. So we have for 2 hours we have 3 chest plates, plus 15 one at that. That's the funny thing. 4 boots. We have 8, 16, 24, 32. $41. Red, blue, yellow, Elvia shards. Okay. I've got some of them. So, let's see here. Did we get any artifacts? No, we didn't. Alright, so everything else is below this. Alright, so for trash for 2 hours, we made 61,764. 101. 87. 166. 60. 15. 25. 24. 99, 122, 31, 10, 1, 10. No artifacts, no that, no Marnie stones. Alright, so we made 665 mil, so this was a pretty bad hour, just in general. But it's okay. So this was plus 50%. And then we got 26 jewels. Alrighty. We're still at a 7.3 average for a Tannis over the 69 hours we've been grinding here. Alright. So in 69 hours, 15 to 20 is average at Highlands. Nice. Very nice. So yeah, 69. We've made 53 billion silver here at Polly's. That's disgusting. Technically made. 89, 69, 69.
There are lots of things that can be bought with money. But wouldn't
Okay, so let's put these up. Then we're gonna go turn in some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm good to stop. We got a good number. We've grinded enough. Alright, so let's see here. I don't actually see the item. Is glitch only? Okay. That's fine. I figured it'd be something like that. Who knows? I'm not worried about it right now, because it's going to be a long time before we upgrade the... Let's get the horse away. It's going to be a long time before I upgrade my earrings. That was awesome, dude. I'm so glad you were able to get that back. Alright, we're at 96, almost 100. Put those up. Put those in there. Medea Tarif. Put those in there, put those in there. And go from the top, work our way down. Olvia. Put these things in there. Glish. That in there, put that in there. Yeah, I normally do that, but it's me double checking, making sure I move all the right things out, because there's some things I wouldn't want to move. All right. I use auto move mostly with processing when I use that.
Soon you will see how gears are fixed without fire.
No. I'm saying I think there's certain ones that I do have things placed in multiple storages that are identical from ye olden days that I still haven't updated. So that's why I still manually move some of my things. Just in case. From back in the day, before universal storage and we could go access it from anywhere in the world. You know, oh, I need X over here, and I'm going to need X over in this region, too. Might as well, while I'm here, put this in here so I have a little bit if I ever come over here. Type thing. So, there's still some old habits that are going to be very hard to kill because of some old practices that used to be done. Alright, so let's see what we end up with. Alright, RNG, be nice to me. Narc. And we have fodder. Yep, that is definitely fodder. Good old lantern fodder. Lantern fodder. Alright, so now let's go do my Griffin and... It's over there. Go knock that out, and we'll do the do that in Muskin. Well, while we're here, grab this. But no, I totally love the auto move to storage, especially for processing. And even more so because I remote connect in on this computer when I'm working. So I'll remote connect in and keep my process active while I'm working on the laptop. So I don't have to come in and actually move it. So one click button to be able to move all my stuff is awesome. I just need to get my storages rearranged that are actually, like, designed for this new feature. AKA, emptying that semi-light viscous fluid. No. Bro, where are you? Oh. Whoops. Leroy! You need the connecting islands? Alright, give me just a second and I will share said knowledge with you as soon as this frickin' griffin gets off my nuts. Yeah, I can show them to you. Or do you already know them? Almost died? No. Here's the thing. A Valkyrie at a quarter health at Griffin is nothing. That's an average Tuesday. Literally, one smack and my friggin' legs are spread wide open for him. How's life with Autopots? It's a weird feeling, man. I'll be real, it's a weird feeling. Where's Muskin? Oh. It's really weird. Like... It's a function that I still have to stop myself from wanting to do when I go to my tent. As a habit that's gonna be really hard to die. Because that's been life, is drop a tent, get pots. Drop a tent, get pots. I will still think when I go to the tent I'm missing something. Because I'm not doing that thing that I'm used to doing, which is buy a couple hundred pots. So, it's interesting, man. Yep, we have both pots. We got the HP pot here beginning of the week. So we pulled out about 500 or 400 something of Tannis elements. And there's no pity pieces. It was pain. Oh, I could imagine. I could imagine. Because you just had to get the 3 rare piece drops, correct? Actually, I got 1. I did the Shuriken Knight rotation, and I got the Shuriken piece 100% legit off of Night 3 of Shuriken. So, I farmed 1. Yeah. 3 hours at Shuriken. Valhalla Princess. I did it on, you got 2 full pieces in 1 hour? Weird. That's nuts. No, it was just all of a sudden, I was going to start doing my night cycles there. My 3rd night cycle, I looted the full piece on Arsha. Right on stream. I think it was actually the first one I really streamed. Yeah. Actually, I can tell you where I got it. Hold on, let me find it. Shuriken Knight, I looted 12 days ago, or 11 days ago. 4.5 billion, or 6.4 billion silver in 1 hour. MP pot took me 20 minutes at Mansions, an hour 30 to Shira, and then tanning. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, the third night cycle, I made it through and I got the full piece that hour. So I was set in. I was ready to start doing night cycles. I could get 2 a day is what I could get. I could get the beginning one on stream. If I came on at 6 a.m., I could catch that night cycle. And then I would catch the night cycle after dinner was the next night cycle I could do. Pick up BDO, then I question myself for having that thought. Really, Muskin? Yeah. We got a garbage one from Muskin. Okay. So that takes care of those. Get off my nuts. You know, there's a part of me that may have to recruit Narama. There's a part of me that might have to recruit Narama for a project. Not saying I've got the itch just yet. But there's a part of me that kind of wants to just slam a horse full as once I finish sending off all the other small crates that I need, is to save me the, like, 20 days that I'm gonna need to send this crap through once I finish processing the rest of the palm timber that's been farmed up. Have you... Wait, can I call a horse from across the ocean that's overweight with crates? About to try something for science. It's about to be a 15 mil experiment because of how I'm gonna have to do this. You can't? Well, crap. Read the flute description. You cannot call... You suck. Alright. So no fun. Alright, so then yes, I will need probably Narama's help as I will have to take the guild galley from I see. So yeah, it looks like I'll need Narama to take me from Ankado Harbor and sail my butt out with me giga overweighted with crates to Moodle. Had to do some research for a friend and found so many gifts that you might enjoy, so I'll send them. Nice. Oh, I won't use the guild galley at that point. I'll actually use the real darn ship. Mine's so much better. But because you don't have a sailboat, you need to use the galley. But yeah, I can totally do that. We'll have to actually do 2 trips. Because you're doing copper and, Oh, so no, here's what I would be doing, Chloe, is I would be overstacking that crap from I would ride, I would ride the horse to, I'd ride the horse from, Valencia City to Ankado Harbor. I would then roll onto the guild galley. Once I'm on top of the guild galley, I would then be, he would then sail me out to the, Ankado Harbor to Moodle Village on my level 49 alt. Because I'm still smart enough to hang on to one. We still have one of my characters. Well, this one doesn't count yet, but we still have one character under level 49, legitimately, for reasons. Letting a couple other things. Yeah, that's fine. So, I used to do this a long time ago. I've carried several people out with crates to go to Port Rat back in the day. Pays to win. Yes. That was always, that character used to always hold my highest fail stack. Just waiting for the day it would pop up in chat. Pays to win hits pen whatever. Yeah, no, that dream never happened. Instead, what do I smack it on? My Valk ends up grabbing the pen. It was the stack that was built on her ended up dropping the pen Dandy, or the pen Black Star. So, yeah, I'll have to do the whole writing thing. Send them all? Alright, I will check them out in a few minutes. Oh, wrong key. That's what's going on. So, we memed pretty hard back in the day. Back before Unknown Adventurer hit this, and Unknown Adventurer did that. Back before people could hide behind that BS, which is stupid.
There are lots of things that can be bought with money, but wouldn't a nice
16 gift supply. All right, I'll definitely check them out here in a few minutes. Whoa, definitely not that. But you can't be on private mode anymore? I have no idea. I just see people running around with a bunch of unknown adventurers over their head. And you'll see them pop stuff off in chat too. Unknown adventurer, unknown adventurer, unknown adventurer. It's like, why y'all hiding? Why don't you want somebody to know who you are? This unknown adventure guy enhances a lot. Wow, you sure are going nuts. And it's multiple people. Serendia, Glish, there. Grana. Let's make some... Whoops, not those. Today I got 4 module, 1 Elysian attacker helm. Alright, I'm gonna check your gifts while this is making... while this is making Caphras. $17 gifts a plot, you say? I see I need to favorite some of these for usages at later points in time. Nodders. Yes. Some of these can be used scientifically for reasons. All right, so I'm hoping. Where are we at today with the sulfur mine recovery? We are at level 13. So this will probably be middle of next week when we get sulfur mine fixed up. So I'm probably gonna have to raw dog giants if I'm gonna start working on the crystals there. That's gross. We'll see what Thursday brings. Maybe I can get a level something brought into it by then. Well, I hope. I don't. What sucks is they took away our wine. We used to have the wine to be able to do high quality wine by energy. So what I'm trying to do is, you want to see a really painful mistake, Chloe? Let me show you one. So, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you would grind under the node, round sulfur works. This is the node that's like 90% of the map. But it's not the node that drops the actual drop. Fivehead would have said it's the node you're under the whole time. So I'm fixing that now, useless level 20 node, and I'm doing this. So
Some people say that my name is really pretty. Do you
that was before that existed. Because this is way before that ever existed because of back in the day, this stayed as a level 10 node connected up right here. And this stayed a level 10 node connected up here. Always. Because I always knew I was going to chase the map someday. And so I kept the contribution into this area. And I didn't realize that it said under the monster info tab, because when I came back, that didn't exist really at the time. Or it did and I didn't know about it. Or I didn't know it told you the node. And I had already leveled up Round Sulfurworks because Fivehead said, oh yeah, I grind under Round Sulfurworks for 50 hours and never saw anything. And nope, it's because it needs to be under that. So, once I do that, I'm going to go into Giants. It used to say, at that point in time, I believe it said Round Sulfurworks. But you have to realize, when I was grinding the map, that was on my Valkyrie before Dark Knight release. To put that in perspective. I think it said Round Sulfur Mine. This whole affected by, I think, is a newer terminology. It just said round sulfur works, I think. But they've gone in and done more into the node system since then. And if it was there, I really didn't pay attention to that. Oh yeah, so let's pop these chests. Cronstones! Cronstones! Now we get the crap box, which is gonna please give me cronstones. Mark of Shadow, cronstones. The jail at level 10. It's the Pilaku jail only has one node.
Money. But wouldn't a nice hot supper be true?
I got one map piece, but I had to throw it away at some point in time because it got off the donkey, or the donkey got sold that had the piece on it, and it wasn't named. So I never knew what that ended up being. So I think I gave it up. I didn't have the screenshot of it, or I would have had that. I'm saying this is before identification. I had it. The donkey was named what it was. I didn't have the screenshot of it because I had deleted all my BDO stuff, and I think at one point I just saw the map piece and said, I'm done. Whatever. And threw it away. Like, I know, Gigamonka-esque thing I did, but at the time I didn't care. Because we couldn't identify. If I would have just hung on to it and known now, you know, they're going to eventually add a system to identify the piece, oh, that would have been phenomenal. Wow, these things are so bipolar. 1 minute they sell for 2,400. The next second they sell for 2,100,000. So we'll just wait till they go back up later. And like these are bipolar as everything. But I'll wait and make a little extra money on the Kaffir stones. I'm not in a super rush. We're slowly making money. 2.5. Slowly making money.
Absolute perfection of hard working. This is
Alright. Medea, Tarif. For what? Kaffir 10, and then other than random enhancing, when I know I get the flame, I'll save like 100 of them at that point, and I'll just tap one on the I'll just tap one one on the boots. Plus I have that chilling too, so I'm just waiting for this to go through. 40 have been sold since I got it. I got the other two within, I got the other two flames back to back within, about 72 hours of each other. So, at this point, I'm okay whenever that one goes through. I don't care if it's got a 2. The other one's had about 700-800 pre-orders on it, so it's just luck of the draw. But we're good to go. Banking on those embers. Oh yeah, that would be great. Good money for you. All right. Because that's what, 100 mil of flame every time you loot one? Yeah, that's, That's 87 mil in your pocket every time. Who's the next boss? Nuver in 2 hours and 50 minutes? Or an hour and 50 minutes? Go ahead and pop her on a dummy. You doing your boss ball blitzes? No, I never do this. I never do these. Like, I absolutely despise the Land of the Morning Light crap. The whole area, the whole region, the whole mechanics, everything up there. I do not want to go up there if I don't have to. The only way I want to go up there is to do my trades and then come back rich. I hate that area. Like, I know they're going to put something absolutely monstrously important up there, and I still won't want to go up there. I mean, I've got... The only log I have left to do is the 1 DP log. I'll do that when I'm 1 DP difference in my bracket. Where I need it to go to the next level, I'll go do that, because it's free DP sitting there. But until I need the DP, I don't really... I've done everything else up there. The accuracy? I believe so. It's whatever... Hold on, let me go look at the log on Garmoth. Let's see here. It is there. Journals. So I'm missing from the Land of Morning Light. I'm missing the 1 DP and 100 HP. And then boss story I have not done either, which is 20 accuracy and 12 HP. Considering right now I'm at 823 accuracy with my current build and non-optimal settings. I'm not gonna go stress over 20 accuracy. Because I can make up 20 accuracy on several crystals at that point. So, while I still have other grinds to go, it's easy and fast. At some point, I might go up there. It's just actually doing it. Like I said, I did not get a kick out of doing those bosses. While I was getting the highest end reward for doing the lowest end version, sure, cool, I was up there. That's what I mean. Literally just go up there. I don't want to even give them the 5 mil to go up there if I don't have to. Like, this was one of the worst experiences I've ever had playing Black Desert, was doing crap in this region. This is literally a absolute dog trash region. Oh, you're talking about the port to go up here to actually do the I see what you're saying. I'm talking about just when I came up here to do this crap. Some of them are super easy. That's fair. Like I said, I have a bad taste in my mouth over that stuff from doing it the other several weeks ago. Like, I despise the Land of Morning Light. Okay, so, tomorrow, I've got to pull a Chloe. Morning and boring, Land of Morning, or the Land of Boring Light for a reason. I hate it. We're getting part 2 instead of something else. Yeah. Okay, so we're 400 cups away from being done. Minus 96 is 304 cups. Divided by the average of, say, I'll still say 20, is 15 hours. Divided by all of Sunday, all of Monday, all of Tuesday. I have 3 days left. I have to grind every day for 5 hours on average. Or not 400 cups, 400 joules. I would be a trillionaire. Oh my gosh. I've got to pull 5 hours out of my butt somehow every single day for the next 3 days. Okay, if I say screw that, we only need... If I'm going to buy one, I'll buy the cheaper of the two, whatever it is on the market. That's what? It's 200... So it'd be 104 is what I need. So 104 divided by 3 days is I need to get 36 a day. Well, so here's the thing. Elvia's treated me really, really bad. Like, really bad. When we go to Elvia, we get absolutely rocked. This is disgusting. Do not look at this, by the way. This just ignore that. All right? This shouldn't be there, but it is. Orc camp. I tried 2 different rotations, and one was absolutely insanely focused. I made absolutely nothing grinding this place. Like, I was better off at Polly's at the time. I then tried... Your best was around 800 mil. Where is it? Primal Giants. Again, 450 mil. And average around 6 to 10 shards. It sucks. I hate it. Ooh. This one wasn't bad if I'd have got popped a tongue, if I'd have popped a black distortion earring. But at 450 mil an hour, now I had a 268 drop rate. We did 1 hour on a level 0 node. So this is no investment, not even hooked up. When I go look at Garmusy's thing here for best grind spots, and I click Valk, it's saying I should make around 580 million an hour as an awakened Valk. But if I get rid of all the drop events and we just grind from, you know, we look at it from the January to whatever, they're getting nearly 11,000 more trash an hour than I'm getting. And I don't quite see where... Oh, wait, hold on. Giants, 20-hour sample was 1.1 bill. Okay. Average trash on a Valkyrie should be 29,000 there. But gear difference? I could see that. But the thing is, I was killing them relatively fast. So, you also need human damage crystals. And see, that's what I refuse to do. I refuse to buy crystal set. People min-max the crap out of it. That's probably the difference. I refuse to buy crystals just to go grind this spot. Now, if it was a PvP set I already had, sure. Sure, I would say I'd switch over. But I don't. I use one crystal set. But I'm not going to pull 29,000 out of this place. Well, you're probably also barely changing versus me. That's my crystal set right now. This is what I use until I get to that stage. Where I finally... Where I go to the next level is this right here. So let me bring this up right there. This is what I use. Until I... Until I get something, oh, I don't have anything that can go in that slot. That's why. So yeah, until I go through... I could, but it wouldn't really... To me, it wouldn't make that... Where's the Rebellious? The one they gave out for free. I refuse to buy 2 billion silver crystals when I need to buy a 60 billion silver necklace. So I have the one they have given for free, but I will not buy... I will not go out and spend 5, 3, 4 billion in crystals. I refuse to do that. That is an upgrade that comes after your main gear, in my opinion. It's probably wrong, but I feel set back buying crystals over buying the piece that I need. Where, to me, I feel like spending, let's say 80 bill, getting 8 more sheet AP to get my awakening to my pen status currently, which would put me in a whole 2 brackets higher, which is a crap ton of damage, probably outweighs what I would waste trying to get crystals geared up to still have the same issue. Yes, it would help, but I can't justify the cost investment yet of that when I'm sitting at such a big gap difference there, where once I have that necklace and the ring, I could see doing crystals before I try tapping pen. Because at that point, all I need, according to Garmoth, is... I need this pen crescent here, and I need a pen ogre here, and I've got this AP as if this was pen. 13 bill. Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to put that money in there. You can see what I have total on my account is right there without my trade and without my without my trade turn in and without my Imperial turn ins. I'm at 21 bill liquid silver. I get through the rest of my Valencia meals. Those are another 11 bill right there. The trade is about 25. So I'm somewhere around that pen ogre. I just need to finish making the other expensive crates, and then I could theoretically trade it, which is what I thought about doing. Which is why I said I might end up having to recruit Narama to sail me up there. So I can cash in on the money crates and say screw the EXP. And do that some other day. Because I have also another issue. I'm going to have to invest into some storage up here at some point because of all the stupid changes they did. So, I've got some of these that are made in Grana because originally it was Grana de Valencia. Then they did the stupid thing where it was like this. Well, hold on. There's one somewhere around here. Where they changed the price of the crates from where they changed the desert buff. So I've got 2 other sets of crates sitting. So I want to get all that condensed down to where it's 1 line of crates for each one. And I'm not sitting here with 4 palm timber crate different settings. Get them down to 1 palm timber crate. Burn them all. Get it down to 1 elder timber crate. But I'll need to temporarily have that. Yes. One has the original price that they did not honor. This is the BS thing. They do not honor. They don't honor it, and any crate you crafted prior to that did not get upgraded to its new price. So I lost out for not desert trading those while I could. I didn't know. It happened while I was gone. The whole trade rework happened. But yes, any trash crate you have where you have 2 identical crates, one is a price difference. If you look at the Grana Palm Timber crate, it's 3,564 here. We look at my real one from Valencia, it's 5,490. The desert buff has already been calculated into let's call it the desert buff compensation has been calculated into the 2 crates, or into this new crate. So now any crate I crafted from that point on out now has the desert buff difference. I was losing money on these crates to begin with, so it was never about money on them. It was raw EXP. That's all I wanted out of them, was just raw EXP. So I'm up for going giga buffed and get all my ores done, whatever I need to do with my ores, swing back through, do my woods one last time on any of the expensive woods, which is really the thorn crate and my Calpheon crates. Get those taken care of, and then I'm willing to rip it. And just go ahead and get it done. So I'm over here, you know, I've got some Snowfield Obsidian boxes made. I'm working on ores currently right now, which looks like we are... Oh, I made this to check this out. I thought about doing this, herb packing of some sort, as a trash crate later on. But the idea is get all my money crates made, and then we do a trade run and get some money that's sitting here and try to get some of these upgrades needed to get into the next spot, so that I'm not in this weird, awkward turtle damage stage, because I'm right between 2. So if the crate run helps me get the ogre, and then I can finish farming up another 10, 20 billion silver, we finish off the crescent ring, and there we go. Now I have a pen black star weapon, minus 1 AP, but still, I'm across the bracket, it doesn't matter. 1 AP is not going to mean that much in the large scheme of things there. And then my next upgrades are giga expensive. Tet Debo earring, Tet Debo belt, and then eventually I'll come back around to the Tet Debo necklace. Probably at that point I'll need to start working on leveling up my armor. At that stage, once I finish the necklace, I'll start leveling... Oh, we're going straight to Tet Debo here, here, and here. After we do the Pen Crescent and after we do the Pen Ogre, we're gonna go Debo Earring, Debo Belt, and Debo Necklace will be last. Because I'll lose 1 AP. But then I'll go level my gear up to try to get it up into the try on the armors so that I can afford to have, as a Valkyrie, afford to have a Tet distortion earring. So, and at that point, it's stupid expensive upgrades from that point on out. If it doesn't get me a bracket, it's not worth me doing at that point. 1 AP, 2 AP here is not going to mean anything if I don't get the bracket. Not right now, not where I'm at. I would have to hit the black star to pen to do that. For margins of gains, have fun. I was there a long time ago. Back when we didn't make 1 billion silver in an hour, back when we made 40 to 100 mil silver an hour, I was already there. So I basically get to do this twice. So when I went sweat, full Tet boss with a pen weapon was that hard cap region. So I got to go through it twice now, where you got to kind of grow through that. So I got to play double catch up. Hooray. Fun times. I'm here for a fun time, not a long time. So, I don't get to raid Chloe today. Oh. Well, you see here, there's kind of two different accents we have. You have, like, the one that's just, like, from the traditional South, the Southern Belle kind of thing. A lot of us talk a couple different ways. You have to realize there's several different types of rednecks around here. You got your redneck, who goes around skinning deer, hunting, fishing, doing the whole 9 yards like that. And then you have the Southern gentleman, who's, how you doing today, ma'am? You got two totally different Southerns. One's more Texan, one's more redneck. Kind of depends on where you're from. But they both kind of do the same thing. But it depends on where you're from. Will determine how you say y'all, how you doing, things like that. But people don't realize it all comes down to the same darn thing. America, guns, and freedom. The redneck is awesome. People don't realize I live in the South, and then occasionally you'll pick up on a word where I might let it slip. But overall, you would never realize I was born and raised in the dirty South. I keep most of that crap out of my voice. My mother, though, I'm not joking. I mean, bless her heart, it is. It's Southern Belle all through and through. No matter what she talks about, it's casserole dishes, whether it's going down to the Walmart, whatever you want to talk about, she's a Southern Belle through and through. No matter how she talks, she doesn't think she's saying bless your heart, but it's bless your heart, sweetie. It's for real. She is Southern Belle. And she's like, I talk normal. I'm like, no, you don't. You do not talk normal. Yes, I do. I promise. It's Southern. It's not Southern. Look, I might have a little twang, but it's not much. No, your Southern is everything. No, don't. No. I'm not that Southern. You're making fun of me. No, I'm literally mimicking what you're saying to me. No, you can't be doing that. That's not how I sound. Good talk. So, that's probably the hardest one, is to jump between them is hard to do. So for me to just sit here and go, how you doing today? You know, you want to go down and head down to the creek and see what's going on there? Maybe do a little fishing. Then pop over to Redneck, and he's over here going, oh, Lord, I'm about to blow some stuff up. We're going to go hunting. Now, there's a third degree that I can't do. There's one more. And it's the one you can't understand. The one who goes really fast kind of talks like this, and he's down here, and he's, you know, he's the one that talks like real sudden, real fast, and kind of makes up a lot of words. It kind of doesn't really make sense, but he's kind of talking like that. You know, for some reason, there's a good population of those people around, and I'm like, I can't understand. I speak English and I speak Southern. I know how to speak redneck. But I mean, they're down here and they're going to talk like this, and you're like, do you know how to say half of your syllables? You completely blasted through most of that, and I don't understand a word you're saying. I can't do it. But there's that one other, we'll call that the stepchild. I can't do that one. That one's, I can't grasp it. It's just about as bad if, like, wanted to talk a little more proper, prim, like I'm from the king and country, you know, if we want to go to the other side of the pond. I can kind of sound a little bit like them. I can even carry on a conversation for a moment. But it comes to a point where I lose because I don't experience it enough to understand the dignity required to speak with a clean, proper British accent. I just can't do it for long. And I lose it. And, you know, I can kind of make fun of our Aussie brothers. You know, oi, you know, mate, I can kind of go down there for a while, but after so many words, I kind of lose where I'm going with it, and because I can't hear it in my head anymore. But I can kind of sound like them, and you know, I might make fun of them for a moment because you know, everything down here kills me. But you know, it's all good, mate. You know, I can hang out with them, and you know, I can kind of hang there. So I can kind of go over there and chill with them. But that's one that, again, I can only hear certain things in their voice and be able to, like, slightly bring that one over. If that one needs more swearing, oh yeah, no, I need to use, like, cunt a whole lot more when I'm talking like that. You know, I get it. I totally get it. But, yeah, no, that needs way more swearing, to be more authentic. God, I remember raiding with a Aussie guild, and dear Lord, the crap I would listen to for the full 3-4 hours of raiding in Elder Scrolls. Good God. I felt like I needed to go to, like, a Catholic church and be, like, cleansed and whatever. Some of them got, like, oi. But for some reason, there's one more I can do. And I don't know why. He likes to show up. But I promise I will provide the very best, and I mean the very best, technical support to you. I won't make you curry, I won't make you rice, I won't even make you a celebrity, but occasionally I like to show up. Don't know why. Occasionally, my brown friend likes to show up, and I can screw with some people on that one. I got my mother one day with that one. She called me. Keep in mind, she has an iPhone. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Please. I promise you, I need you to turn it off and on again. No. I'm telling you, turn it off and on. Why won't you do this? I got her one day. Keep in mind, it's speed dial. So she knows she's calling me. But I went, thank you for calling Dell Technical Support. How can I help you? The pause, as I could see her reaching for her phone from her purse to check to make sure she called my number. She knew she called me, but the pause said everything behind the, thank you for calling Dell Technical Support. How can I help you? Because she's heard that one before. Legitimately, we used to own a Dell, and she had to call him one time. So that memory still burned in her head. I can't understand them. What are you talking about? I speak perfectly fine and clear. I've gone to school and learned exactly how to speak the English language. Is it that hard to understand me? Yes, it really is. I really don't understand. Can I speak to a manager, please? Ma'am, I am the manager. The manager. I've gone to school to learn this to help provide the very best technical support to you. But I just can't. Can you say that again? I don't understand you. That's my mother in a nutshell. So I got her, and it was a great day. I knew it. And she's like, you actually had me worried for a minute. I'm like, I'm on speed dial. Why would that be word? You should know that's me. But it didn't sound like you. What's wrong? Does your son not talk like this? I didn't. Did you raise me? Same here. It's only when somebody talks and they're not confident in talking is when I struggle with the accent. Like yours, I can't tell where your accent's originally from. I've heard it, but I can't pinpoint the country where your accent originates from. And I can kind of, it's because there's several regions in that area that kind of have a similar sound, but I can't tell where it originates from. So, to be able to even mimic your accent, I would have to know where you're from and listen to you. I couldn't do it. Like, I would have to actually sit there, listen to you talk, and try to talk with you to try to get my brain to get into that. Because it's not like I can just think, oh, Australian, and I go down under, and now I'm like, I can go here and talk like them. Or I think about, for the king and country. Talking clean, prim, and proper. I can totally do that. And I mean, we can kind of get a little more rough and bruff and go over to Scotland if we wanted to. But, you know, it's kind of a little harder to do. Because I don't listen to them as much as I listen to the others. But, it's a good time, you know? You can kind of do that. Speak with a proper English accent, but when I learn English, the one thing I always do is learn the accents as well. Okay, interesting. Nobody can speak with a proper English accent. Here's a really weird one. My best friend's wife is from China. You want to talk about a reality trip of hilariousness? Here's a woman, I swear to God, sounds like Chinese in so much of the stuff she says. But because she was taught by somebody who speaks good and clean British English, you will hear this woman go from mid-Chinese to British in 2 seconds and come right back into Chinese. And you will snap your head so quick because you'll hear the Chinese thick accent and bang into an English accent right back into the Chinese. And it's a weird thing. I could never try to mimic that. I can't even mimic the Chinese accent. I can't do it. But when I heard it, he told me about it like a week prior. And I snapped my head when she did it. I could not. And it was just a random sentence she said too. But there it goes. You heard Chinese, British, Chinese. And it's just like, whoa. Whoa. Can you repeat that? So, on my mother country, if an English person comes to me, they really become tripped about how good I sound. It can depend on the mood, but I can have more proper accent if I don't lose all my accent. For mother, does that mean you're from Mother Russia? Because there's only one place I know that calls it mother. No? I only know of one place that calls it the mother country. And that's Russians. So that's interesting. So who else would you call a mother like, okay, who do I not? It's a Western Europe dialect. Okay. So who would, okay, I gotta think about this one. A Western Europe dialect that would still refer to it as mother country. Because the Russians are very proud about calling it Mother Russia. So it's not Russian, which totally doesn't go... That would be Eastern Europe. You know, that'd be going to the east. Like, that's Asia region. I don't know. Because the whole... Yeah, no, it's... No! That's a Portuguese accent. I'm working with an artist who's from Spain. I worked with a woman who is from Brazil who spoke Portuguese. Now, obviously, Brazilian Portuguese is probably not going to be the same as Portugal Portuguese. I did not pick up on that at all. I did not hear the back end of that slight Spanish accent of it. Because they all have that. But that's weird. I would have never have guessed that. I would have not... That would have struggled for that. But, yeah, I won't say anything. Like I said, that's... I've trained my accent a lot. I've been to America, now UK, so yeah. Bunch of mixes. Okay, that makes sense. Wow. The more you know. Alright, well, it is time for me to go to work and get some stuff done. It is that time of day. I also have a message I need to go respond to as well, but that's gonna be it for the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Unfortunately, I will have to grind at some point 5 hours off stream tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to break it up into like an hour and several different spots if I can. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can actually get 5 hours in tomorrow throughout the day. I know I can get one at dinner. I can easily get one or maybe two in the morning, but to grab 3 extra hours, I don't know where I'm gonna grab that from. But, no, thank you all so much for the support and hanging out today. I really appreciate it all. We're going to wrap up X and YouTube here. And then we're going to raid somebody on Twitch. I'll be back on Monday morning and we'll finish up our cup grind then. I'm not looking forward to this, but... yeah, it's almost done. It's almost over with. And we'll get on to normal streaming schedules of things. So thank you guys so much. Again, for everyone who wished happy birthday yesterday, I appreciate you all. If I didn't say it to you then, thank you now. You all are awesome. And we'll see you Monday morning, around 7, 8. I might actually, honestly, I might have to get on at 6 a.m. I'll see. Look for the schedule on Discord. It'll be around there somewhere. And we'll see y'all first thing Monday morning. All right.